G'day all, this is Luke from Australian Survival School. Today we're at a little bit of scrub. It's peaking around about 33 degrees, humidity is around about 60%, so it's quite hot. So fluid levels are staying up. But pretty much I came across a whole bunch of these little plants. Now they're iconic along the coast of Australia from east down to south and even west, and I think there is a little bit up towards the north of Australia. The actual plant is called a narrow leaf cotton bush, purely because when they mature and are ripe, they will spit out this extremely fine cotton substance, which is awesome for, lighting fires as tinder. Now the plant itself is non-edible, so you can't eat anything of it. Extremely toxic and poisonous. But the one great thing about this is this fine, hairy substance. I'll just get rid of that and I'm going to show you a little bit closer. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. So as you can see, it is very, very fine. It's pretty much like the hair on, a baby's head. Very fine. Now when I was growing up, my mother used to tell me quite often when she saw this plant that her teachers quite often like to send the students home and when they were in trouble, and the next day they would actually cop the cane. So my mother would actually use this plant as a pain-killing substance on her hands. This is going back, my parents were, extremely old when I was born. So we're talking, back in the 30s to 40s when they went to the school, if not probably even a bit earlier. Unsure how they used it to kill the actual pain, but she said that she used to rub something onto their hands from this plant. I'm gathering it might be the actual, if you look closely, it is a seeping, oozing plant of white sap. So they might have used that white sap on their hands as a painkiller. Unsure if it's proven or if it's just something that my mother used to say, but it is a great little plant. It is a weed. Many councils will try and eradicate it, but through this little area of scrub there's actually quite a few. Some reaching about 7 foot high with probably about 20 puffballs on the actual tree or bush itself. Now I'll get a close look so you can see the actual puffball. So the actual ball itself has a lot of fine hair on it. You can see the narrow leaf on it, and inside that at the moment there's no the fine hairs or anything, it's just oozing gel. So if you see it like this, it's no use picking it because you're not going to get any. You need to wait until they pop.